I've got it open.
I do not know which characters we'll see in this, because there's a lot of them in Scrubs.
Got JD narration, JD himself, janitor, bunch of patient, Turk, of course, Carla and Elliot.
Dr. Cox.
Dr. Cox.
Dr. Cox!
Okay.
Elliot, Carla. Dear God, how many characters?
I told you,
here.
Scrubs had a lot of characters in the show.
Let's decide on while we go through, since there's quite a lot of characters.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Also, JD's narration shall be separate from JD for the laughs. Okay.
Separate JD.
Okay, so who wants to be the person who reads the actual script between the lines?
Can I be JD narration?
Yeah, sure, you can be JD narration, at least, Madhog. Danton, would you like to be the script reader?
Yes, I'll read the script. I was going to suggest it, since I haven't done it yet. Exterior. Well, should I start, actually, now? Alright.
Shouldn't we first decide who are the rest of the characters before we actually start?
We'll decide on the way. Actually, read the very top first.
Scrubs. SOXE1.
Season 0X episode 1?
Yes, pretty much season 0 episode 1.
Exterior, outside of Sacred Heart Hospital. Dr. Carr pulls up and hogs...
Okay.
I'm sorry. I have to read that again. Dr. Carr pulls up and hogs to the nurses.
Oh my God.
Hog.
Oh my
God. Is he related to that Bucky on Tinder side?
We are starting so strong with this.
Alright. I'm sorry, I just got stunned for a moment. Dr. Carr crashes into JD, but not the JD. What? Did he crash into JD or not?
Not the JD that matters.
That matters.
Yeah.
Music plays as everywhere waves inward.
Oh no, the universe is imploding.
Oh no, it's the musical episode.
I love that episode. The hospital entrance has a large pile of orange soda, which the janitor stands before. That sounds like him.
Yes.
Threatening the others away from it using his beaker of hospital juice. JD smiles.
The best part of being a doctor is your janitor is good. That's true. That's important.
Okay, who shall be JD, the main character, then?
That'll be either you or Icipal.
Icipal, you be JD, then.
Okay, I have no idea what he really sounds, so
how he sounds like this. Remember Zach Braff?
Ooh.
Okay, never mind. Just talk like...
The Zach Braff that actually matters.
Yes.
Now, I think the janitor's pretending to be a kidney donor. We need to stop the machine.
we need to fight against the machine, I guess.
You're a quack smudge on these lockers called life. No one in the middle of a busy day would like you, and I don't either.
Ooh, that's harsh.
You are the meat, janitor. You've got all the John Dorian potential with none of the flowers and dead dogs. So the narrator is JD, the janitor is JD, the Dr. Clark crashed into JD.
But not the JD that matters.
Carry on.
So is this just JD is the world?
JD is everything. JD is life.
Mm-hmm.
JD leaves to cut a patient.
No, that's not what he does. He's not a surgeon.
Yeah. Interior, operating room. Totally awake, the patient nurses JD.
Oh my.
JD nurses a new mother, while Turk is explaining fingers to a confused Dr. Kelso.
Okay. Oh. Okay. If Dr. Kelso has a line, it's mine.
Okay.
JD narration.
All right. Sometimes you have to break a patient to help yourself.
All
It's
these
funny.
organs of such a high price on the black
No,
market.
honestly, reading this and with this particular voice, it does sound like the rambling of a psychopath.
I was going to say that the voice you've chosen suits this narration.
Yes.
Yeah, you sound like Dr. Danny.
Yes, it's intended. My Dr. Danny from Angels of Death was originally the Mad Father from Mad Father, which was originally the big brother from Mogeko Castle. Anyway.
It's all connected.
They're all the same character, really. It's funny how a bunch of doctors don't know that.
What, breaking a patient to help yourself? Yeah, I think...
So
Yes,
who's going to be patient then?
I think it's now Devar's turn to be all the not important
Does
people.
that chart tell you that my mom hated the ocean doctor?
More.
What?
Ocean doctor?
Does it say...
What is an ocean doctor?
Does it say where my little brother got his nachos at?
You're also
Okay.
JD. I see.
Yeah, I know. You are so sick, so
No,
I decided
you read
to
it
grab...
wrong. You read
What?
it right, actually.
Oh,
You
sorry.
are.
You are sick, so I decided to grab a beer with your family and watch what you do. Eggs are the new medication, and so far I feel very alive.
Your name is Dr. Kayak Paddle, but if you act like a giant electric melon, I'm going to consider your opinion.
I think you're in the right place.
I knew I could always count on life support to keep a patient from getting too serious.
Yeah, his hand is closing towards the plug.
Yeah, yes, all that laughing gas
Uh-oh,
the life
you know-
support system is pumping on the patient is keeping him not too serious.
Uh-oh, here comes the real star of the show.
Oh, yeah. Dr. Cox walks through the window, knocking the confused patient on the head.
Yeah!
Well, at least he didn't crawl through it like what a Mulder would have done.
I'm a doctor. Hell, I care about the gallbladder.
The what now?
Gallbladder.
Okay,
Don't ask. Don't
Doctor-
ask.
Dr.
I will
Cox,
not.
Dr. Cox licks his pen and finds it tastes broken. You should probably
Like his-
stop.
Yes, like his marriage.
Ooh.
He tosses the pen in his mouth and coughs up the janitor.
What?
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 Wait, what?
The pen turned into a janitor.
The janitor scrubs the patient while Dr. Cox stands by watching JD and Turk on TV. Scrubs is on.
Oh, this
Oh
is
my
so
God, this Inception!
metatextual now, all of a sudden. The show was very much openly like that.
Interior TV in the patient's room. Scrubs.
And that's when I realized everything about my new black machine. It was a huge mistake.
Hey man, I'm just saying that her shoulders were there and you know it.
Can't you just tell me how to kiss my lady? My lady is the eel I bought from the narcoleptic. I have so many questions.
Elliot and Carla enter.
Perfect timing.
So who do you want to be, Devar, since you haven't had a turn yet?
I'll be Carla then.
Who wants to be Elliot then?
I'll be Elliot.
Okay,
Just sound neurotic as much as possible.
Just go to the bathroom and find some aloe. Wait, what is Riley doing here?
He's selling it to everyone in the hospital.
Well, I guess he have to since he already sold everyone in the police force. I'll go get the scalpel. Oh my god, this is so great. I'm a doctor!
Yes,
Point on.
and you're also Republican.
You think the nurses will forgive you for having a little sexy brunch in the emergency room? A lot of married couples have to go to the cemetery to have sex. It's not a big deal.
What?
You know what?
I don't get it either.
Not touching that.
Yeah. Dr. Cox and Dr. Kelso enter. You're not invited to my muscle room. You and I need to talk about your gigantic diaper problem. You and I need to talk about your gigantic diaper problem. Hey, Kelso, I have a plan. Vomit in my eyes. I'm going to stand here. Go!
That does sound like one of their banters.
Everyone freezes in horror as Carla excitedly shoves a pipe up Dr. Kelso's nostril. Wow, that got dark all of a sudden.
Why was she so excited about that?
JD narration, Madhog?
I was expecting to hear the punchline to that, but it never came.
You are
Sadly,
expecting too much.
It never came. Oh well. Man standing in the corner's my favorite thing. There's no comma there. Okay. Just be subtle and quiet and project an image of a cool guy who's gonna look stunning.
Bambi, you're married to the job, but you should be engaged to Dr. Riviera.
Who?
I don't remember that.
No,
Unless it's Dr. Nick Riviera.
Ah, right. Look, newbie, you look ridiculous talking about anything. Better get ready to run away from me while I eat cupcakes and demonstrate how to have painfully evocative sex. Jeez, I can't read.
Somehow I'm getting a feeling that we are reading some of the weirdest Cards Against Humanity white cards.
Yes. Dr. Kelso turns off the light. Turk comes out of the elevator and finds him in the dark. The camera zooms in on Dr. Kelso, who dabs.
What? No! Okay, this proves it. This was written by a human. Come on.
Dr. Cox presses a button and turns into JD. Elliot runs in and scurries behind the hospital bed. JD ignores Elliot because the room is now full of kissing ostriches.
What?
Yes, of course.
That's impossible. Ostriches don't have lips.
And of course, like any other Scrubs episode, it ends on a JD inner monologue to reiterate what the theming of the entire episode has been up to this point. The show in general.
Yeah, I meant
okay. The truth is, every patient suffers from dementia.
I think everyone in the script suffers from dementia.
I am not going to change all that. You'd know that if you worked in a hospital. What is a hospital? A miserable little pile of secrets. A hospital is a lot like high school. The most amazing man is dying, and you're the only one who wants to steal stuff from his dad. Just like high school.
Yeah.
JD, do you want to talk about your childhood?
Being in a hospital is a lot like being in a sorority. You have greasers and surgeons. And even though it sucks about Dr. Tapioca, I am not even that sad.
JD exits smugly, echoing, fades out.
Oh.
Smug.
Well, this is disappointing. Smug. Dr. Kelso didn't get a line.
Yes, that's the biggest... that's the most upset I've been in a while, let me tell you.
I reject this script as well, then. Okay, this has been the worst episodes that have been written for one reason or another.
Right then, I guess that will be all for tonight.
If everyone wants to end here tonight, then that's fine.
If others want to finish, I am okay with that.
I don't mind if that's what everyone else wants to do.
No, I don't mind either. I'm just leaving it all up to you, essentially.
Because there was that Star Trek one that we kept.
You know, going. we can always come back to this in the future.
Yeah, I suppose. It is a bit long from looking at it.
So, with that said, folks, I hope you enjoyed some of these readings, and it was... some of these I've not seen before. I mean, I'm surprised that the Harry Potter one took off as well as it did and none of the others, to be honest. Because you would have thought someone would have read some of these, especially the X-Files one, at least.
Yeah, the X-Files was probably the best one.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, the X-Files one was definitely the best one of the lot of these scripts. It had everything.
Including chips pretend to be humans.
And chicken pizzas.
And a room, and a knife room.
Exactly.
And Mulder crawling everywhere.
And nodding.
Yes.
And his dad smiling with a bloody wound.
Yeah, a blood-soaked wound. So, yeah, this has been an amusing night, I guess. So, thank you for joining us, and hope you all enjoyed some of these readings that we did. And, yeah, I have no proper outro, so go home.
But I am home.
Then leave, and then go home.
No.
Dun, dun,
don't tell
dun,
me
dun,
what to
dun,
do.
dun, 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 dun.
Da, da.